A very big day for Palantir. It's the first trading day for Palantir on NASDAQ 100. People are celebrating. In fact, people are saying that it could reach $100 in a few days. However, something big is yet to happen, and Wall Street is at the center of it. Analysts are giving their final warning. But what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. What a historic day for Palantir fans. Palantir is now officially a part of the NASDAQ 100, and that's a pretty big deal. This isn't just another accolade. It's like getting a VIP seat at the table of the most important tech companies in the world. For investors, this is huge. It can bring more attention, more credibility, and more demand for the stock. Funds that track the NASDAQ 100 will now have to include Palantir, which could boost trading activity and, in turn, affect its stock price. This news has stirred up a ton of excitement in the community. People are buzzing, and some are even throwing out bold predictions, like Palantir hitting $100 next month. Yep, you heard that right. One well-known Twitter analyst added fuel to the fire by posting a chart and saying $100 by January 2025, maybe sooner. And that's got everyone talking. The chart he shared highlights some strong upward trends in Palantir's performance, pointing to solid momentum and investor interest. People are talking about how Palantir's recent big wins, like government contracts and AI advancements, are driving this optimism. This could mean that the stock's current trajectory has the potential to accelerate even faster, especially with all this new attention from being in the NASDAQ 100. It's bold, sure, but it's the kind of energy that's keeping everyone on their toes. And here's the icing on the cake. There are just 7 days left in the year, and the entire stock market is buzzing about the potential for a Santa Claus rally. If you're not familiar, this is the time of year when stocks tend to climb as holiday cheer sweeps through the market. While analysts are saying that the rally didn't happen in 2023, but don't lose hope just yet. Back-to-back declines during this period are super rare. It's only happened twice since 1950. Historically, the Santa Claus rally brings an average return of 1.3% for the S&P 500. It might not sound massive, but for traders and investors, this short burst of optimism can make a big difference, especially if it spills over into the new year. So, with Palantir making waves and this festive market energy in the air, the next week could get pretty interesting. Who knows? Maybe the rally surprises us all. Speaking of surprises, we still need to keep our heads in check. Some analysts are warning about Wall Street. One Twitter analyst put it bluntly in a post, saying, "Warning for Palantir earnings. The Muppets on Wall Street, aka analysts, haven't done their homework. Negative surprise incoming?" What he's hinting at is that Wall Street might be gearing up to hit the stock with a dose of reality. If expectations for Palantir's next earnings report don't line up with the hype, we could see the stock take a tumble. Right now, the price is riding high, fueled by excitement and big-picture optimism. But it's not fully backed by strong fundamentals. A minor bit of bad news, like weaker-than-expected earnings or shaky guidance, could trigger a sharp drop. This makes the next earnings report a huge deal for Palantir. Investors will be watching closely to see if the company can justify the current valuation, or if this rally has been a little too much, too soon. It's one of those moments where everything hangs in the balance. Even looking at the bigger picture, some people also think the stock market overall might face a tough year ahead, and that's not exactly great news for Palantir. One Twitter analyst shared his thoughts, saying, "I truly believe 2025 will be a tough year in the stock market. I'm thinking of a minimum 10% to 20% drawdown, likely the latter. V-shaped bounces that we're used to will feel more like H-shaped dead cat bounces, with new multi-month lows forming." He went on to add that a 20% drop would only take the S&P 500 back to levels we've already seen not too long ago. His advice? Once it hits a certain price, buy that dip for the 2026 bounce back. But until then, he's warning investors to buckle up for a rocky ride. For Palantir, this kind of bearish market environment could be a real challenge. The stock is already flying high on excitement and speculation. But if the market takes a dive, investors might start selling off riskier, high-growth stocks like Palantir. Add to that the pressure of justifying its valuation, and things could get dicey. However, the Palantir community seems to be leaning in a completely different direction for next year. One Twitter user replied to the bearish tweet with an optimistic take. He's betting on a brighter outlook, where interest rate cuts could give businesses more breathing room, and a new administration might loosen some regulations, spurring growth. He also highlighted AI as a game changer. with companies like Palantir potentially leading the charge in real-world applications. In his view, the global picture could improve too, with tensions cooling down and trade policies becoming more strategic than combative. For Palantir, this kind of environment would be like catching a tailwind, pushing the company into an even stronger position to capitalize on its momentum. On top of that, while some people think Palantir's current price doesn't make any sense, the Palantir community is having a little fun at their expense. One analyst summed it up in a tweet, pointing out a simple thing. Instead of dismissing the stock's rise as irrational, it's smarter to dig deeper and figure out why investors are so excited. Maybe it's their AI dominance, government contracts, or potential future growth. The message? Stay curious and open-minded. This hits home for Palantir, especially with all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt swirling around lately. Critics say the stock is overhyped and overpriced, but supporters argue they're missing the bigger picture. The company's long-term potential in AI and big data might not fully show up in traditional metrics right now, but that doesn't mean it's not there. We also need to keep in mind that Palantir isn't just another random stock floating around. It has a clear, ambitious goal: to dominate the entire market. One of Palantir's analysts made this pretty clear in a tweet, saying, "Palantir is on track to being a juggernaut and the first pure-play AI tech giant." It's incredible. Karp knows and has told you. What he's getting at is that Palantir isn't just in it for the short-term gains. The company is positioning itself to be a major player in the tech world, especially in the AI space. It's not just about today or tomorrow. It's about building a future where Palantir stands at the top of the AI tech world. So, with all this talk about Palantir's big goals, yesterday's news about the potential collaborations with huge players in the industry are starting to make a lot more sense. If you are not familiar, Palantir is reportedly in talks with Anduril Industries to form an alliance, possibly involving SpaceX, OpenAI, Scale AI, and Saronic Technologies to secure more U.S. government contracts. And just today, something happened that really highlights why these partnerships are so important. Lockheed Martin and General Dynamics were awarded a massive $4.5 billion in contracts just today. That's a lot of money, and it shows how seriously the U.S. government is investing in defense. And well, it's no surprise that companies like Palantir are joining forces with others to bid for Pentagon contracts. This collaboration is crucial, especially with Elon Musk now involved in pushing for government efficiency. And this is where Palantir comes in. As a leader in big data and AI, Palantir is perfectly positioned to play a key role in this consortium. If they win these contracts, it could mean a huge boost for the company, not only in terms of revenue, but also in strengthening its position as a dominant force in the defense tech space. So, while there are risks, the excitement around its potential and strategic collaborations is undeniable. If things align, Palantir could be on the brink of something huge. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.